Can you tell me what firefighters do at the scene of a car accident?
Firefighters do many different things at the scene of a car accident. First of all, they do patient assessment. They find out if the patient is badly injured, whether they can be moved from the car, whether they're blocked in the car, maybe the steering wheel is collapsed or something, so they have to do all that kind of stuff first before they make any moves, because you can't move the patient. You may make the injuries worse if you do that. So that's the first thing they do. Second thing they do is they'll put an EMT into the car with the patient while they extricate them, if the car has to be cut open or the roof has to be removed to get the patient out. So they do a lot of different things. While away from the car, there are other people stopping traffic. The fire police are out stopping traffic.
What other medical emergencies do you respond to?
Well, since the fire department is the quickest to respond to most things, everything that happens to the public, they call 911 and ask for the fire department. They go for heart attacks, they go for accidents, people falling out of trees, people falling off their roof, automobile accidents, which we just covered, accidents with ATVs in the woods. So there's a lot of medical emergencies that the fire department are generally the first ones on the scene. Even if they're not the ambulance service, they'll be there first, and then they'll help the fire department or the ambulance people remove the victim and get him to the hospital.
What do firefighters do when a person is caught in a situation like a collapsed building?
Collapsed buildings are a different situation for the fire service because the building is already unstable, it's collapsed, so they can't put people in immediately. In most communities, they don't even have the capability of working in collapsed buildings, and they'll call in county-wide teams that are capable of working in collapsed structures. You have to shore it up so it doesn't continue to collapse and fall on the rescuers while they're trying to get the people that are already stuck in the building.
When there's a very bad storm, what does the fire department do?
Trees come down, the wires come down, the fire department comes out and stands alongside so people don't become electrocuted. They assist people who's now without electricity. There may be a medical situation in the home. They'll come and hook up a generator to keep oxygen going for people. I've seen many different things happen in different emergencies across the state. Flooding conditions, snowstorms, ice storms. We had an ice storm in the North Country when I was working for the governor, where we had 500 fire departments from across the state go north to assist the people up there with just generators and pumps to pump out cellars and work electricity. The electricity wasn't for the people in their homes. Those people up there were very self-sufficient. Most of them had wood stoves. They had alternate means of heat. They needed the electricity for their barn because the cows needed to be milked, because if the cows didn't get milked, the cows could die. So we were providing generators for farms all across the North Country just so they could do milking once a day, and then we'd have to move the generator to the next farm. So the fire department does a lot of different things in a lot of different types of emergency.
What is mutual aid?
Mutual aid is what we were just talking about. Most counties have a mutual aid system that is coordinated by the county fire coordinator. On a state level, that's done by the state fire administrator, and it's called a statewide mobilization and mutual aid plan. We talked about it earlier with the ice storm in the North Country. We moved 500 departments from throughout the state into the 5 counties affected up above Essex County, Lake Placid area, all the way across to Watertown, and help the people out. And that takes a great deal of coordination, and it takes a great deal of local responsibility to make sure that when those people travel a great distance that we put them to work and they're not sitting around.
What do firefighters do when there's a hazardous material at the scene?
Well, see, we have different levels of training and capabilities for firefighters. Most of the local firefighters have, during their basic firefighter training, they have a hazardous materials awareness course. We call it HAZWOPER. It gives them the ability to look at the situation and say, well, we got to back off of this. We don't have the equipment or the training to handle this, and we call in it county-wide. And I know that most counties have a team now. There's 41 different teams across the state that handle hazardous material situations, and we bring them in from all over the place to help the local fire chief. You get a train wreck, get a major truck accident or something, and there's some type of a hazardous material spill, and the capability of equipment and training is not there, so the hazmat teams come in and handle it.
Can you tell me about being on standby?
Standby is a mutual aid situation generally where you're not going to the actual emergency. Say Hudson has a fire, they'll call Greenport to come stand by in their stations, or they'll tell them to stand by in their own station. Many times it's not even for an emergency. Sometimes if they're having a major drill within the city of Hudson, they may call some of the neighboring firemen to come in and stand by in the building just so they can have someone to respond to calls immediately so that the other people can do what they're doing.